Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Sean, and I'm here to give my own personal casting for the new X-Men movie. We're just so excited for the X-Men to show up in the MCU. We had Professor Xavier, but only a version of him, and he died immediately. But we're gonna get a whole new set of X-Men. The same X-Men, but with a whole new cast. And I already know the perfect cast. I know Marvel probably has ideas, but let's be honest, but they cast John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Come on. That's not good. We can do better than that. So first of all, we should probably talk about the man himself, Professor Xavier. The whole reason they're called the X-Men in the first place. You got a lot of shoes to fill, buddy. You got to fill in Sir Patrick Stewart's shoes. You got to be a kind, compassionate leader who stands by his principles. And let's be honest, the X-Men are an allegory for civil rights. So I feel like taking, and he is based off Martin Luther King Jr. So I feel like casting a black man would make sense. So I'm going to go with Giancarlo Esposito. He's a great actor. He's fantastic in Breaking Bad. It'd be nice to see him play a hero for a change. So yeah, that's my opinion on not Mr. Fantastic, Professor Xavier. But if you have Xavier, you gotta have Magneto, and Magneto is kind of a hard case to do because he's famously a Jewish man that was in a concentration camp growing up, and it's kind of hard to just kind of ditch that entirely just because World War II was a long time ago. All that stuff was a long time ago, but let's face it, we gotta accept that it's been a bit too long. So I think probably recasting him as a black man makes sense. So I feel like Giancarlo Esposito is probably the best choice for this. If you watch Breaking Bad, he's phenomenal at playing villains. You just look at how great Gus was as a villain. He's got a commanding presence. He's threatening. He's intelligent. And I think you just need that for Magneto. So yeah. Next up is the leader of the X-Men, Cyclops. Now, we've had good actors as Cyclops. We've had good actors for a lot of these characters. But Cyclops has just kind of gotten the shaft in the movies because they've always been about Wolverine. Even when the movies didn't have Wolverine in them, like the whole one movie that didn't have Wolverine in them, Cyclops didn't get a whole lot of focus. So I feel like, we need an actor that has that commanding presence. Cyclops is a leader. He's stern. He's kind of known for having a stick up his ass, and he's compassionate. He believes in the dream that mutants and humans can coexist. So I feel like you need a commanding presence, and I feel like Giancarlo Esposito is probably the best choice for that. If you've seen Breaking Bad, you know how he can control a scene. He is just great at delivering orders to people, both as a fast food owner and as a meth kingpin. He is great at satisfying people's orders as well as delivering orders to people. So I feel like Giancarlo Esposito is the guy you want to go for. Now, Iceman's got some good actors under his belt. Well, one actor, but I feel like we need to go in a younger direction. Even though the actor in the previous X-Men movies was good, he didn't quite capture the spirit of the Bobby Drake character. Bobby Drake is kind of the younger brother of the original X-Men. He's kind of fun loving. He's a rule breaker, but he's got a good heart, and he's especially kind of got a lot of ties with the civil rights themes of the X-Men, especially if you've seen the first movie, you could hear the quote, "Have you ever tried not being a mutant?" And I feel like casting a black man for this role would make a lot of sense. So I feel like Giancarlo Esposito is probably the best choice for this pick. If you've seen To Do the Right Thing, you can see how passionate he is about fighting for his rights and about how having his people being treated with respect. And he's pretty fun-loving in that movie, so I feel like casting Giancarlo Esposito is probably the best choice for this role. Next up is Beast. Beast is the genius of the X-Men. He's a poet. He is a gentle spirit. He's a gentle spirit, but when push comes to shove, he will fight. He will go all out to protect what he believes in. And I feel like Juan Carlo Esposito is probably the best pick for this role. I mean, if you've seen Breaking Bad, he is just intelligent as Gus. There is no denying that. And he just strikes me as a sophisticated person. So I feel like Juan Carlo Esposito is probably the best choice for this role. Next up is Jean Grey, aka Marvel Girl, aka Dark Phoenix, aka Phoenix, aka Madeline Pryor, if we're counting the clone from an alternate timeline. You know, Jean Grey's got a lot of baggage going on. She's kind of the glue that holds everyone together. She's close with Xavier. She's Cyclops' lover and wife, and she's just the big sister / mom of the group. So I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy is probably the best chance for this